In 2024, a simple Lego set shocked the internet. Not because it was rare, not because it was huge, but because it cost $850, cut to screenshots of online reactions across Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter. Fans were furious. Lego is overpriced. They forgot about kids. It's just plastic bricks. For decades, Lego was one of the most beloved brands on Earth, a toy that inspired creativity.
For the next 24 hours, I'm going to challenge myself to make super tiny things in Lego, starting with over 50 simple ideas.
Imagination and childhood joy. So how did the world's most iconic toy suddenly become controversial? Why are lifelong fans now turning against it? And is Lego actually becoming something completely different than what it once was? To understand the backlash, we need to go back to where it all started. The story of Lego begins in 1932. In a small workshop in Denmark, a carpenter named Ole Kirk Christensen had just lost his business during the Great Depression. To survive, he began making wooden toys for local children. Cars, ducks, pull toys, simple things. But Christensen had a philosophy that would shape the company forever. His motto was simple: only the best is good enough. Cut to archival photos of early wooden toys in 1949. Lego introduced a new idea: small interlocking plastic bricks. At first, nobody cared. Toy stores didn't understand them. Parents thought they were strange, but the design had something magical. Then, bricks could connect in thousands of ways. Suddenly, children weren't just playing with toys. They were building worlds up over the next few decades. Lego exploded in popularity by the 1970s and 80s. Lego had become a global symbol of creativity. Kids built castles, spaceships, pirate ships, entire cities, and the magic was simple. You could build anything. But by the late 1990s, Lego was in serious trouble. The company had expanded too fast, too many experimental products, too many complicated ideas. Sales were collapsing. By 2003, Kiel was losing nearly $1 million per day. For the first time in its history, the company was close to bankruptcy. Then came the decision that would change everything. Lego turned to Hollywood. In 1999, Lego released its first licensed set based on a movie. The movie was Star Wars. Suddenly, kids could build X-Wings, Vader, helmets, and the Millennium Falcon. It was a massive success. The set sold out worldwide. For Lego, it felt like a miracle, but that miracle would slowly change the company forever. Soon Lego partnered with everything: Harry Potter, Marvel, DC, Disney, Jurassic Park. Instead of inventing new worlds, Lego was now recreating existing ones, and those licenses came with a price. Literally, licensed sets were far more expensive, because Lego wasn't just selling bricks anymore. They were paying massive royalties to movie studios. Fans started noticing the price of Lego sets was climbing fast. A set that once cost $20 now cost $40. Large sets were hitting $200, $400, even $800. Suddenly, parents were asking a question they never asked before: is Lego worth it anymore? But price wasn't the only problem. Something else was changing too. The sets themselves. Old Lego sets were simple, maybe 200 pieces. Kids could build them quickly and then invent their own creations. But modern sets were becoming massive. Thousands of pieces, hyper-detailed models. Some builds took 10 hours, or more to complete, and something strange started happening. Kids weren't the main audience anymore. Adults were in recent years. LEGO launched an entire category called 18 sets. These are not toys. They're display models, huge architecture builds, movie props, even a 7,500-piece Millennium Falcon. Some sets cost more than a gaming console, and surprisingly, they sell out. Why? Because millions of adults who grew up with LEGO are now buying it again. Collectors, design fans, engineers, LEGO realized something powerful. Adults had more money than kids, so the company slowly began designing products for them. More complex builds, more display models, more premium prices. To LEGO, it was smart business, but to many fans, it felt like betrayal, because the questions started appearing everywhere online. Did LEGO forget about children? Parents were struggling to afford sets. Smaller sets were disappearing, and kids were increasingly turning to something else: screens, video, games. Digital entertainment. Why spend hours building a plastic spaceship when you can explore a 3D universe in Minecraft? Ironically, LEGO helped inspire games like Minecraft, but now those games were replacing it. Another criticism was growing to the environment. LEGO bricks are made from ABS plastic. That plastic is incredibly durable, which is why LEGO bricks from the 1970s still work today. But durability comes with a plastic pollution. Environmental groups started questioning the company. How can a company that produces billions of plastic bricks every year claim to be sustainable? The LEGO Group responded with promises. They announced research into plant-based plastics, investments in sustainable materials. But replacing ABS plastic is incredibly difficult, because LEGO bricks must be perfectly precise. Even a tiny difference would make old bricks incompatibility, and compatibility is the heart of LEGO. Every brick must connect with every other brick, even if it was made 50 years ago. Then there was another TROVERSYLEGO's control over its brand. The company is famously aggressive about protecting its intellectual property. In recent years, LEGO has gone after small companies making LEGO-compatible bricks. Some fans support this. Others believe it stifles creativity. After all, the original brick concept itself wasn't entirely original. Early LEGO bricks were inspired by a British toy called Kittycraft. History is messy, and in the internet age, fans notice everything, but perhaps the biggest turning point came from something unexpected: a movie. In 2014, LEGO released the LEGO Movie. The film was a massive hit. Critics loved it. Audiences loved it. It celebrated imagination, creativity, and the freedom to build anything. The movie even made fun of over-structured building. The villain loved following instructions. The hero believed in creativity. The message was clear: LEGO isn't about instructions, it's about imagination. But here's the irony: most modern LEGO sets are built by following hundreds of pages of instructions. Build step by step, exactly as shown. When finished, many people just place the model on a shelf, never take it apart, never rebuild it, never experiment. The very thing LEGO once stood for, creativity without limits, was slowly fading. Despite all the criticism, LEGO is actually more successful than ever. The company generates billions in revenue each year. Its sets dominate toy stores worldwide, and its brand remains one of the strongest in the industry. So if Lego is winning, why does it feel like everyone hates it? It's because the relationship between Lego and its fans has changed. For many people, Lego isn't just a toy. It's nostalgia. It's childhood. It's sitting on the floor, surrounded by colorful bricks, building something ridiculous that only makes sense to you. When fans criticize Lego today, not just talking about price or plastic or licenses, they're mourning something else, a feeling. The feeling that Lego used to belong to imagination. Now it belongs to the market. But maybe the story isn't that simple, because every Lego brick ever made still works with every brick today. A child can still dump a pile of pieces on the floor, ignore the instructions, can build something completely new, a spaceship, a castle, an entire universe. That part never changed. The question is, did Lego change? Or did we? Because the truth is, the world grew up, but the bricks are still waiting. End. Screen closing line. Maybe people don't hate Lego. Maybe they're just afraid that something magical from their childhood, slowly turning into something else.